Alright everyone, we have to start off today talking about defamation by the lamestream media, well, technically the mollusk media. Missing link media, actually used as a label now in a legitimate sense by certain groups, but with Will Sommer, the Daily Beast, and Jared Holt actually dogpiling Tim Pool. This is a bizarre story, so I'm going to get into it a little. First and foremost though, there will be a pinned comment if you're watching this video on YouTube, where you can find me on 4 other video hosting sites, because keep in mind, 2 of the videos I make each day are only not on YouTube to incentivize people to sort of make the switch. In this era of crypto skyrocketing and alt tech and all of these wonderful things, it makes sense to broaden your horizons a little bit. Anyway, there's a link in the description, archived of course, to the actual article. There's a second link actually. This is something that probably people should be aware of, and most of you probably aren't, that Jared Holt is a sexist and a homophobe. There again, and I can say, I don't even have to say allegedly, because I see literally a post by him, archived link in the description of course, where he's literally using slurs. I can't even, I don't think, say those particular words without the YouTube video getting age restricted. There's no need for an allegation here. It's in black and white. And third, actually, this is something else people should know specifically about Holt, is his employer, DFR Labs, is a subsidiary of none other than the Atlantic Council. It's interesting because I wonder if all of his camel-smoking, effete leftist friends that listen to their hipster soft rock, I wonder if they're aware who Holt actually works for now. They probably think he still works for Right Wing Watch. Nope, he's working for a subsidiary of a group that is essentially a propaganda think tank for NATO. Isn't that the funniest fucking shit you've ever heard in your life? This Antifa apologist is working for a group that sponsors genocide and nation-building bullshit? Very interesting. Anyway, you can check out his bigoted tirade at your leisure. And also, keep in mind, DFR Labs tweets, messages on Twitter are open. You could always send the archive to them asking for an explanation about why they've hired this individual who's so problematic in this particular post that he made on Facebook years ago. Anyway, the story is this. Apparently, and keep in mind, there are a lot of weasel words in this. There tend to be hit pieces like this against independent content creators, and Tim Pool is literally a competitor of groups like the Daily Beast. Keeping that in mind, this defamatory, potentially hit piece, uses a lot of weasel words. So it always says, oh, it's alleged. Someone is alleging that Tim Pool, apparently it's a bizarre story. The allegation relates to apparently some sort of business falling out where he allegedly kidnapped somebody's cat and held it in order to get his way. I'm thinking that this allegation is probably bullshit. Again, looking at Tim Pool, I'm a fairly good judge of character. I don't get the vibe from him that he would steal somebody's cat as part of a business negotiation. And how big of a moron would you have to be to do that anyway in the first place? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And again, read the article. Allegation, alleged, alleges. That's a weasel word. That's basically saying, well, he said, she said. No, there's no real evidence. It's just a claim, but we think it's newsworthy anyway. Why would they think it's newsworthy? Because Tim Pool's a competitor. And so they can rile up their audience, and then they can go off like the good little lemmings they are and try to cancel Tim Pool. Again, hey, Will Sommer, why are you hanging out with Jared Holt all the time? Why are you such good buddies with somebody who provably, not even allegedly, is using like bigoted terms to describe people back in high school? Oh, plenty of people have been canceled for far less than what we have from Holt. Very interesting. And Will Sommer, I'm sure, he went through his private shit, he'd probably find slurs and shit. Trust me, I've hung out with people on the left. And this is probably another reason why Tim Pool sort of distances himself from leftism, despite having certain, ostensibly, I could say, far left views. Leftists, goddamn, people on the left are way more bigoted. I've hung out with them. I went to fucking UVM, dude. It's Birkenstock sandals and weed smokers. All of the leftists from the West Coast come to UVM to go skiing and smoke pot and go to Fish concerts. Trust me when I say that when you get a couple drinks in them, they're way more body than people on the right. People on the right, they get drunk, they just want to cry and watch Jesus footage. And they can be boring. I would know. I've hung out with them. Supposedly, I'm far right. I used to smoke pot, and it's fine, and fish is pretty good. It's one of the few things that's actually come from Vermont in the last half-century that's any good. That and ice cream that got bought by, Coca-Cola Corporation or something. I guess Ben & Jerry have their own ice cream brand that's separate, and they don't do the woke thing the same way, and it's very funny. But anyway, again, a link in the description. You can read the article for yourself. This is a piece of shit. This is insane. To tell the truth, again, I don't believe that Tim Pool stole someone's cat or held it for ransom or some stupid shit. Like, I don't get the vibe from him. Why would he need to? Did we realize how much money the dude probably fucking makes? I mean, oh yeah, I need to buy like an armored news van and stuff like that. Dude, I wish I had his sort of income. With his audience the size that it is, off donations alone, the dude would be making like fucking six figures easily. I don't think that he needs to steal someone's cat. I just don't see him doing that. The more bizarre and out there an allegation is, the more evidence really should be there before it is considered reportable. But again, the Daily Beast is a competitor of Tim Pool. Will Sommer, these people are all part of the same nexus of semi-independent commentary and so forth. Holt does a podcast. He works for, NATO, basically. Will Sommer has his gig, and Tim Pool has his. He's sort of an off-hook independent newsman of sorts. He makes a huge amount of content. And so when I see him getting defamed on this level, which is clearly a dog whistle for cancel culture. Oh my god, you mistreated a cat? Fuck, the internet will chew you up and spit you out. And I love how they say, well, his media presence is faltering because of this allegation. I haven't seen that. He still seems to be pulling in six figures a fucking video, and he's far beyond just being on YouTube. Shit, he's one of the heavy hitters on BitChute too, didn't you know that? He probably gets more airplay on BitChute than fucking the Daily Beast gets altogether. Certainly more than Sommer or Holt on their own. I love looking at the metrics here. This is a sign of desperation. Again, you wouldn't say, oh, well, someone's making an allegation about a cat, and therefore it's newsworthy. It's not newsworthy. No legitimate journalistic outlet would look at this and say, oh, what a heavy-hitting story. This goes on the front page today. Maybe you put it in section C, below the sports. The Daily Beast sports column. I'm sure it's very, very woke. To be clear, I'm not a regular reader of your tabloid rag. It wouldn't be considered newsworthy unless Pool were a competitor. And we've seen this before. I got defamed by BuzzFeed years ago. I remember they were trying to conflate me somehow with Alex Jones' views. A little bit different. For instance, he thinks that vaccines will microchip you. I choose to believe otherwise. This is a mess. Again, you'll have a good laugh probably reading this. It's just so bizarre. Again, I just can't imagine Tim Pool doing this. And even if you thought, no, he probably did. Oh, I knew he hated cats. How is this fucking news, dude? It doesn't make any fucking sense. So yeah, make sure to look at Holt's bigoted tirade too. Maybe you can ask Will Sommer on Twitter and elsewhere. Email him and say, why are you hanging out with a known bigot? That would be interesting to know. You'll be judged by the company you keep. I know that I have been. Remember when Holt jumped down my throat when I started on Happy Homelands? Well, the mask is slipping. You see, he's partnering up with a Nazi. Remember that? Interesting, Holt. Show me where I'm using bigoted slurs against gay people or against women on the internet. Yeah, you won't find much, but I have an archive of yours. It was funny because he removed it almost immediately when it came to my attention. I had grabbed an archive. Mine was sucky. Someone else grabbed a better one, which was great. Otherwise, I'd only have the first half of it. And at first, he claimed, and this is record, he claimed, well, it's a high school post, but I was forced to post it. The seniors made me post this on Facebook. I'm saying that's a lie. I do not believe your story. And then later on, he was basically just being dismissive. Say, oh, well, it was high school and everyone changes. Well, which story is it, Jared? I'm going to judge Will Sommer, too, because he's apparently a buddy of yours. That's about all. Peace out.